So I realised the other day that I could get an IBC tank for free, and I have access to free pellet wood as well, so can't I just make a pond out of those two? Well, the answer is yes, so let's do it. To get cracking, we need two things, and number one is tools. A jigsaw, a crowbar, a drill, and a miter saw were my tools of choice. Step 2 is heading over to Facebook Marketplace, setting the price to 0 and searching for IBC tanks. You'll find plenty to choose from, and you want to do the same for wooden pallets. Once you've collected all your freebies, we pretty much have everything we need apart from some small cheap things such as screws and all that sort of crap. But you can find those for free on Marketplace if you're a real tight. Right, now most of these IBC tanks will have these braces on top, so get whatever tool you can and get to work removing them. Next, you want to draw a line where you're going to cut the IBC tank. I did mine about halfway. Then you're going to take the bladder out of the frame, as you can see here, beautifully done, and we can begin cutting. I used a blunt handsaw to then cut the frame. Please don't do this. This was terrible. Use a grinder if you have access to it. Once the frame's cut, shove your jigsaw into the bladder of the IBC tank and begin cutting along the line that we previously made. Now that we've sliced the bladder in half and also have our cage in half, you can grab yourself a dog for a quick reference, and once you're satisfied, you can return the bladder into the cage. Next, you're going to grab your wood and you're going to start going to town on it with your crowbar. Mine's a very small crowbar. You can use a larger one if you can handle it. Now, there may be some nails in your wood, so use a hammer to knock them out. You'll then be left with a bunch of wooden planks. At this point, you want to measure and cut all of your planks to size, and that will depend on where you cut your IBC tank. I measured and cut mine at 76 centimeters. Now, once you've finished chopping your wood, you're going to want to remove the bladder that you previously put in the frame for absolutely no reason and start drilling in your horizontal planks. Now, I just drilled directly through the wood into the frame and then secured it with a screw. Probably should have used a bracket, but this is a very cheap build for all you tight asses, so it'll have to do. Now that your horizontal planks are secure, you can begin screwing in your vertical planks. Please don't be a silly idiot like me. I didn't leave any space between the planks, but you definitely want to do that because the wood will naturally expand and contract. Now, once that first side is all done and dusted, you're going to want to repeat the same steps on the next 3 sides. This is the longest part of the project, so if you get past this, you're pretty much there. With all 4 sides completed and looking beautiful, you're going to flip the pond down and you're going to begin measuring up the edging. Now, your measurements at this point are probably going to be quite different to mine, just based on the fact you're probably using a slightly different IBC tank. You might have thicker wood than me, lots of different reasons, so just do your own measurements at this stage. I decided to do mitered corners just to make it look a bit nicer, and I think it turned out alright. If you're satisfied that it all looks good, you can start drilling down the edging. I just drilled it straight into the planks, which is terrible. You should use some brackets, but hey, we're saving some cash. At this point, you can sand it down and paint it if you wish. I didn't because I'm lazy, and I just went straight to filling it up. Once I confirmed that it had no leaks, I added some cheap-looking houseplants and made a very substandard montage. And that's it, your pond is ready to go. You can go ahead and add a filter to it if you wish. I appreciate you viewing this video, and if you could gently caress the subscribe button below, I would very much appreciate it.